Indiana Jones and the tourist attractions of Washington, D.C.
Now, hold on.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Bullshit.
Or Tomb Raider 3.
Or, come on now, Indiana Jones still has his hairline intact. Let's not go that far. Come on, old Leatherface Nick Cage in, might I say, the best movie he's made all year. I think we can agree that truly finally he has made a film that has topped the craptastic wonders.
Well, I'm sorry.
Ghost Rider and Next.
I'm sorry, dude. I actually like those other two movies better than this one.
I did too, actually. I thought this was pretty much garbage. And, there is nothing real about Nick's hair in this one. Does he think that anyone thinks his hair is naturally blue-black at this point? I mean, seriously, like Helen Mirren, who plays his mom in here, would have made a more realistic love interest.
Yeah, no, I was like, that's his mother. I was like, ain't you like a couple of years behind her? But, Mom, that's like, what, your stepmother? but it's not, look, God damn it! I even forgot about the first movie, and this reminded me about how stupid I thought that first movie was. When I walked out of the first one, I was like, "Oh, great! So our forefathers created the first interactive video game. This motherfucker running around and doing all this shit." And in this one, I was like, "Oh, well, surely this can't be as absurd. You can't top that." And I was like, "Well, goddamn, they did."
Well. Actually, I kind of got to disagree with you. I actually was watching this one going, wow, this isn't taking as big a leap of logic as the last one. Because the last one was re-goddamn ridiculous at times. This wasn't as re-goddamn ridiculous. It's the same movie. I mean, it really is.
Well, can you do something for me then?
Yes.
Can you tell me what this movie was about? Nicolas Cage is actually trying to clear his ancestor's name.
He's trying to clear his great-grandfather's name because a small piece of history has arisen that says that his great-grandfather may have actually been in on the assassination of Lincoln. And Nicolas Cage goes, "Oh, no, you didn't."
Yeah, a flimsy motivation at best for destroying huge artifacts all over Virginia and D.C.
See,
and driving through Paris, almost killing hundreds of innocent civilians, only to find out at the end that, oh, wait, we did have that in there. Yeah, we'll just write that off real quick.
Well, that's what I mean. Think about it, Corey. If somebody came to you and said, "Hey, man, I got proof that your great-great-great-grandfather was in on the assassination of Lincoln," what would you say?
I'd be like, cool.
Yeah, you need to say either you say cool or you'd be like, yeah, so. I mean, but you wouldn't kidnap the president for it. You wouldn't even mobilize to do anything. It might change your mind to where you would, push the button to get a Sprite instead of a Coke.
Yeah, you might write a slightly miffed letter to the editor.
You know what my grandfather? You know what my grandfather did? Not a goddamn thing. So I would have been if he killed anybody.
But come on, we're talking about an uptight white guy with nothing better to do than watch his hairline recede. So no. What happens is he goes and he finds this out. So he sets out to find the remaining. Essentially, what it is the clue that says that his grandfather's guilty also has a treasure map and leads on this quest. And if he can prove that there's treasure at the end of the map, he can actually clear his great-grandfather's name.
Which makes no sense at all.
But no, because here's the thing. I mean, we really follow how this movie played out. So Nicolas Cage finds out that his great ancestor might be involved in the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Somehow along the way, that leads to finding the lost city of gold.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, they go into various landmarks and finding hidden shit inside of them, and it's just ridiculous. It's the lost city. You go to these giant American landmarks and find out that Disney is building their next ride inside of them. It's pretty much what it is.
Okay, I have one real question for you. This is a very small spoiler. Essentially, there's a point towards the end of the movie where they hint at the possibility for a third film. Now, can anybody please tell me, are there any landmarks we haven't despoiled in this series yet that we could make a movie out of now?
Oh, I have the script right here. Nicolas Cage loses his car keys and finds the Fountain of Youth along the way.
There you go.
Yeah, well, we got it.
I thought it was funny. This was, again, Jerry Bruckheimer produced film with Nicolas Cage playing like the intellectual action guy and Ed Harris as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nicolas Cage, he's actually a history super freak, sir.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. This is what really bothered me about the movie. It's like they'd say, well, figure out a clue right now, Nicolas Cage. And he's like, well, you have the word cliff here, so we must be on a cliff. And it says rain, so pour your water out. And it's like, well, who's this motherfucker? Are these Sherlock Holmes? I mean,
I've seen more realistic logic from Intelligent Design. Really, you're just like, wait. So by your argument, this huge American landmark no one's ever been around it when it was rained on before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Now there's actually come on. There's actually logic to what you're bringing up.
No, there's not. The water creates some kind of shadow it's a blob that they go like, this must be an eagle. All right, and there's an X. Let's dig here.
Now, look, the thing with this series of movies, it's just somebody said, you know what? Indiana Jones is a really cool series of movies, but could we make Indiana Jones where we don't actually have to leave the United States? Can we do it where we don't have to go to where there's a bunch of Arabs killing each other? Well, yeah, sure. We could base it on all the weird stuff in our own history. Okay, find somebody who knows history.
Or it was kind of like, we don't have to have a period piece. We can just shoot at every tourist trap here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
But look, I'm complaining about this movie because it is stupid. It's dumb. As a matter of fact, I was just telling Leon, and I got bored. This is like watching an Indiana Jones movie. If Indiana Jones stopped every 10 minutes to give you the history of every artifact he found.
That wasn't even real. It'd be one thing if you were getting a history lesson.
Yeah, but
this might as well have been Sherman and Peabody.
Yeah, but
it sinks in.
Yeah, no, come along, boy. But no, I will say this though. Near the end, regardless how dumb this movie is, I did think some set pieces were kind of cool. And I don't know, these little kids are so dumb these days. Maybe along the way they will get a little bit of an education. I think it's okay for families. It's really, for me though, it's the dumbest thing in the world.
I think it's bad for families because I think it's bad for families because you're teaching them bad history. I mean, they're going to go to school with this knowledge, like, oh, I got a new thirst for history, and they're going to flunk all their tests. I mean that's worse than not having an interest at all.
Not only that, but get mad to be corrected by their teacher. No, Nicolas Cage says it's this way.
Yeah, no, it'd be like, who killed Abraham Lincoln? Timmy, you put Nicolas Cage? What the fuck?
Now, you say you think it's all right for families. You say it's bad for families. Are going to love this, dude.
No, I'd agree.
I mean, the thing is, they're going to go nuts for this thing, just like they went for the last one. And actually, this one's better than the first one. I mean, it still suffers from a lot of the same problems. Once you get to the Indiana Jones sequence at the end of the film, it gets pretty damn boring because it's like, okay, how long can they really rock back and forth on that thing before I lose interest?
I didn't mean to step on you. Say that last part.
How long can you really rock back and forth on that thing before I lose interest? It looks like not very long.
Yeah, the funny thing is, though, is that's where the movie actually picked up for me. I mean, I don't know, maybe I was so bored that when they actually started doing something and quit all that fucking talking, then
was that talking getting to you, Corey?
Yeah.
Was the inferior actors of John Voight and Helen Mirren, interacting with one another? Now, you know what? That just brings us up. There's a scene where John Voight and Helen Mirren make out. Did any of you think, if this movie were made 35 years ago, that actually would have been hot?
Helen Mirren and Ed Harris in this film. You have to say, did you even read the script before you took this? Or could you not see it from the glint of gold from the dump trucks of money they pulled up in front of your house to be in it? Why? I don't know. They're not even really good in it.
Yeah. Well, it's like John Voight. He's the opposite. It's almost like if somebody threw him a good script, he'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. It's in my contract. Yeah, right. I don't make good movies. And he probably took this because he thought it was Tomb Raider 3. He's like, oh, finally, a chance to talk to my daughter again.
Yeah, I got the devil gave me a deal to come out of obscurity about a decade ago.
Well, come on.
But my part of the deal is I got to keep doing Tomb Raiders for the rest of my life, pretty much.
I mean, we're getting to a point where actors are like, a good script, an independent feature. Ain't no money in this shit. Get this out of my face.
That should be National Treasure 3. It's like someone like rumored of the existence of a good script in Hollywood.
Yeah. No,
I mean, Jerry Bruckheimer's kidnapping the president. I must have that script. I haven't had one of those in a decade.
You wouldn't know a good script if it bit you on the ass, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we are. I'm sorry.
I love how you guys are arguing over at what point the film became boring. Because to me, it was boring all the way through. And there's a part where like when they get to like the so-called Indiana Jones part, like that wasn't the whole movie. I fell asleep. I fell asleep hard, and when I woke up, they were still in the same goddamn spot.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep too, and I woke up and I was like, "Shit, man, they still going? They still looking for shit?"
And this is another one of those movies. This is another one of those movies that tells you like, with nothing more than an iPhone, you can hack into the Pentagon's database.
I didn't fall asleep, and I was actually kind of having fun with this because literally there was like something funny to say about it like every 20 seconds or so. And I'm going, oh, Leon, check this out. He's like, and then the movie got boring for me.
Yeah. Well, we got enough stuff here to work with. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I will say that, yes, it was dumb. Personally, I did not like this movie. I didn't like it a lot, actually. But I will say, Reno, And I would even push for like some Families matinee. Well, what am I talking about? Rental. I'm making this more complicated than I need to.
I can't even say that because honestly, I mean, I went into this, every action scene as it started, I went, okay, finally here, it's going to be something entertaining. And then it was just boring. If it wasn't something we've seen 100 times before, it was something that was unpredictable only because it was so implausible and stupid. No, this is totally some old bullshit for me.
I'm going to rate this movie as some old bullshit simply because we don't have anything lower.
Damn.
You know, I kind of had fun with it. It's a low matinee. It entertained me. I laughed. I enjoyed parts of it. You know, I think audiences, if you liked the first one and if you're actually interested to see this one,
kill yourself,
and then go see this movie. If you saw the first one and you thought that was some old bullshit, this movie ain't gonna be for you. It's only slightly better.
It's gonna be playing on a loop in hell.
Yes, it's not that bad.
No, I gotta agree. I mean, I'm close to hating the movie, but I can see Families having a good time. So, yeah, I'm gonna split the difference and say Renner. But anyway, so that's it.